There are three loops in C: do while loop and for loop. Let us see do while loop. After do, within curly brackets, give the statements to be executed. At the end, while and expression for condition. As the condition is checked at the end, the loop is executed at least once. Until the condition is true, the loop is executed again and again. Whenever the condition becomes false, the loop stops and it continues with the next instruction after the loop. Let's go to our compiler and run the program. Try to understand the working of do while loop. So, integer mean, and let's print hello. Suppose let's print hello. Now suppose we want to print this statement 5 times. Then for 5 times there should be some counter. So do, after do we have to give bracket. Then here the loop will end with curly bracket. After that there will be a condition is given. To execute this statement 5 times, a counter is necessary. So let's n be a counter and its initial value is 1. Whenever one time the statement is printed, let's increment the counter n plus plus. So initially n is equal to 1, print the statement, n becomes 2. Next time print the statement, n becomes 3. This will continue up to 5 times if we give the condition n is less than equal to 5. So n will auto increment here because of this statement, and when n becomes 5, the loop will stop executing. So let's run this program. After while we have to give semicolon. We have to define n as integer. Hello, 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 hello. If we want this in the vertical form, then let's write \n as escape character hello, hello. Suppose instead of hello, we want to print the actual value of n, then we can print it %d because n is integer and indicate that print the value of n. So n will be printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to print 10 numbers, then let's put it 10. So initially n equal to 1, print the value of 1, increment 1, it will become 2. Is n less than 10? Yes. So continue the loop. Print 2, n will become 3. Still it is less than 10, continue. So this will print from 1 to 10. Here the numbers are printed. Suppose we want to print square also. Then we have to generate the square. So let's take SQ, square. So before printing, we have to generate a square. Square is equal to n star n. When the number is multiplied to itself, it becomes a square. We have to print square also. So this %d is for n. Let's put escape character \t. It is for tab. Tab gives the space between the two numbers. Another %d for square. So n and square both are printed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 4, 9. This is the square. This is not looking good. This is not our usual way of writing the numbers. They are shifted. So let's adjust the formatting. The numbers can be up to 2 digits. Squares are up to 3 digits. So adjust the format for numbers up to 2 digits. Here up to 3 digits. Rerun the program. Now it is looking good. So the numbers and squares are printed in the proper manner. Now let's add first 10 numbers. Okay. So for the addition, we need one variable, maybe sum. Before adding any number, the value of sum is naturally 0. Now we have to add the 10 numbers. The addition method will be, initially sum is 0, add 1 to it, so sum will become 1. Now add 2 to it, now sum will become 3. Add 3 to it, sum will become 6. Add 4 to it, sum will become 10. So this will go on modifying until the numbers up to 10. So do this addition of first 10 numbers. So every time sum will be modified to previous sum plus the number n. So in this way sum is getting modified. And at the end of the program we should know the answer of addition. So printf sum is equal to, sum is also integer, so %d, and we want to print sum, so give this sum will be printed. So sum of first 10 numbers is this much. So run the program. Sum is 55. Suppose you want to add say 25 numbers, then 25. Run, this is addition. Suppose you want to add 100 numbers, 100. Run, sum is this. Now suppose we want to find out average. Average is sum divided by total number of numbers. So average can be floating also. So let us define average as float. It can be integer also or floating also, depending upon which numbers we are adding. So let us define average as float. Here the sum is generated, so we can find out average. AVG, average is equal to sum. Average is equal to sum divided by n. So average is generated. Now we want to print the sum as well as average. So sum is printed here. Let's give \t as a tab for space. And now print average. So average is equal to %d. So this %d is for sum. This %f it should be, because average we have defined as float, and here a average. So sum is generated here, average is generated here, and both are printed. So sum is this, average is this. If you want to add any number of numbers, suppose 75 numbers, then run this. This is the addition, this is the average. Here we are adding fixed 10 numbers starting from 1 to 10. Suppose we want to add any 10 numbers given by user. Then we'll give a choice to user that enter any numbers. So let the user entered number be x. Suppose user is entering integer numbers. Now indicate user that enter 10 numbers. So printf enter 10 numbers. So user will enter 10 numbers now. Whatever numbers user will enter, we have to read them and then add. Every time now previous sum is modified by a new sum will be, previous sum is modified. It is added with the new number. The number entered by user will be x and the new sum will be generated. Now we have to scanf %d, because user is entering the decimal number, comma, and ampersand x. So see the program. N is acting as a counter for 10 numbers. We will be adding 10 numbers. Sum is, initial sum is 0. X is the number given by the user. Average is float. And initial sum is 0. Printf, so this statement will be given at the output. User will enter the numbers. Scanf will read the number and add the number. Sum will be generated. Average will be generated and both will be printed. So let's run this program. enter 10 numbers. Let us enter any 10 random numbers. Sum is 400, average is this. So whatever numbers we have added, their sum is generated, average is generated. Suppose user wants to add 5 numbers, 6 numbers, 15 numbers, 20 numbers. Let us give this choice also to user. So printf, how many numbers to add? How many numbers to add? When this instruction is given to user, user will enter the number of numbers to add it. That we have to read. Scanf, number of numbers is naturally decimal. So %d, and let us define this variable as number of numbers is suppose I, and this is also integer. So I. So I is the value which indicates how many numbers to add, and x is the value, that is the actual value to be added. So number of numbers is I, so at the condition here, this n should be less than or equal to I. So every time if n is less than or equal to I, then only the condition will, loop will continue. So let's run this program. After scanf, we have to give ampersand and I, and naturally semicolon also. Are all semicolons given? Okay. Let's run this program. How many numbers to add? Suppose user wants to add 5 numbers. So 5. Enter 10 numbers. Actually, this statement should have changed, enter 10 numbers. That's why it is coming like this. So let us stop running this because we had made mistake, or we can continue this and rerun the program. Okay. Enter 10 numbers. We will enter only 5 numbers. So 24, 67, 98, 12 and say 56. 5 numbers are added. The program is running fine, only the statement was wrong. So here what we should have given is enter numbers, just enter numbers or enter I numbers. If you rerun the program, suppose I want to add only 4 numbers, then 4 is given. So let's give only 4 numbers. So in this way, the sum and average are generated. Now let's have one interesting thing. You can see that I have written a program for you. It is not necessary that always the number should be incremented. The number can be decremented also. So let's try to understand this program. Here there are 2 do loops. This is the outer loop. This is the inner loop. This type of construction is called as nested loops. The outer loop is working on n. Initial value of n is 10. Before the loop n is n minus minus, means n is decreased, and the loop will continue until n is greater than 0. So n will go from 10 to 9, then 8, then 7 up to 0. Inner loop works on I. I is initially 1. It is incremented up to n. So for the first cycle, n will go from 1 to 10. Next cycle 1 to 9, 1 to 8, this way. And in every time this x will be printed. So first 10x will be printed, then 9x will be printed. So let's observe the output. A beautiful pattern is generated here. Now I give you some homework. Print first n even numbers. We have printed first 10 numbers, first 20 numbers. So let's take input from the user that how many numbers to be added. For even numbers, you have to start the starting number with 0 and increment the counter by plus 2 instead of n plus plus or I plus plus. You have to write down I equal to I plus 2. So that 0, 2, 4, 6 will be displayed. Print table of number, square and cube. This is easy for you now. Find factorial of a number. Factorial is multiplication of 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the nth number. Print first 15 numbers of Fibonacci sequence. What is Fibonacci sequence? Find out. Write a program to get the following pattern. This type of pattern or any pattern of your choice. You can do it. So just try this.